Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name's Save with Crypto. Okay, so yesterday I put out a little YouTube short. It was this one here, and I was talking about the price of Bitcoin, and I was talking about the CME gap. And I was looking at the price here, where the CME closed on Friday. So that was 105.060. Okay, and I was saying that the price will probably return there sometime this week. Sometimes it's on Sunday night, sometimes it's Monday morning, sometimes it's during the week, but it more often than not happens in that following week. So the price is down here. I'm looking at the Bitcoin CME chart. So if you want to look at that on TradingView, it's BTC 1 exclamation mark. Okay, so that's the price we closed at on Friday, and we're currently up here. Now the CME is always a little bit higher than what you see on the other charts. So at the moment we're at 105.770, and we're looking at a drop there of about $720. Okay, so if we were to look at that on, say, the ByBit chart, so from where we are now, if we were to drop $720, we'd be looking at something like 104.750. So I think what I might do is I might set a order here on BitUnix at 104.750. Going to use half the capital. Open long. And you can see there's the order ready to go, and there it is on the chart. Now, of course, what I'm assuming here is the price is going to come down, go to the CME close, and then go back up. It might not, of course, and the one thing that will make me think that it's not happening is if we look at the 4-hour chart, and then I put on my EMAs that I was looking at yesterday. And you see what I'm looking for here is this yellow and green crossing. The yellow is a 21 EMA. The green is a 55 EMA. If you want to see how to set these up, look at the video that's linked at the end of this video. It is my favourite indicator, these 4 EMAs. So yeah, so ideally they will cross, okay. And sometimes when they do cross, you do see a little bit of a pullback first before it goes up. But if that happens, that will fit in with my plan perfectly, which will be, wick down a few $100 and then go back up again. However, sometimes what happens is you'll see, the yellow one kind of do that, and then you'll see the green one sort of like get really close but not really touch, and then go off down. If that happens, then the price will come down loads. So I really want to see that cross there. Now, it looks like there are a few things that are happening. Oh, this is all later in the week. This is the 11th of June. Yeah, so 11th and 12th of June look quite important. That is Wednesday and Thursday. Okay, so we've got some volatility later in the week probably. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at the moment. Now, the other thing you could do if you've got the Stonksy indicator, which is an indicator I've been using since September last year. If we put that one on, you can see that they've got these new sort of bands here that work really well on the 1 hour time frame. So what you're looking for is the price to come down and touch this, inner band here. So that would give a level of 104.950. So pretty similar. So that might be another level you could go for as well, 104.950. But obviously what you'd have to do is during the day, keep an eye on this line here and then adjust your level accordingly. I mean, as ever, the New York Open is probably going to be the most volatile time, so look out for that sort of 1:30 p.m. UTC as a time when we might see a quick wick down. Now, as I've been making this video, the EMAs have been getting really, really close here on the 4-hour time frame. So there is a chance that we might just not go to the CME close at all in the near future. We might just blast upwards. That's perfectly possible. And this candle has got 54 minutes before it closes. Now I'm going to take my daughter to school, and by the time we get back that candle will have closed, so that should be quite interesting to see what's happening here. At this point I probably would go over to the 1 hour time frame and look at my other favourite indicator, which is the quad rotation stochastic. This is a free indicator, and what I'd be looking for is this actually. So what we've seen here is these green crosses up here on the 1 hour time frame, which meant that the price was getting quite overbought, and that happened here, and that came to a climax at about 1 o'clock in the morning. Then the price started to come down. Okay, that's okay. So what we're looking for now is something like what happened back here, when all these stochastics came down here, down to this bottom section here, and you can see that green background just there. That is a good signal that the prices are going to go back up. Now I don't think it's going to be that dramatic, because that dump on Thursday was the fallout between these two.
I'm not friends with Elon anymore. All he wants to do is play with his silly electric cars, and that is so boring.
Well, I'm not going to be friends with Donald either. And I'm not letting him play with my spaceship. In fact, nobody is playing with my spaceship now. So how do you like that then, huh?
So if we look at less dramatic ones, like this one here, you can see here that the stochastics went down there, and we've got this kind of little green arrow there. That's a good sign as well. These green lines are bullish divergence, although these don't really appear until you've had the sort of second dump, and then it puts the line in. So we probably won't see one of those just yet. If we go down to smaller time frames, like the 30-minute, you can see that we might have bounced already. In fact, the 12-minute sort of indicates that as well. I think the best thing to do is to look at the 4 hour time frame and look for those EMAs at around 9 AM UK time, so that'd be 8 AM UTC, which is probably when you're watching this video. But overall, zooming right out to the 1 day time frame, you can see that the price of Bitcoin is looking great. These EMAs crossed bullish back in April, and it's looking really good. We might get some kind of double top like that maybe, and then go down again, but overall it's looking great. So that's my thoughts about Bitcoin. I'd love to know what your thoughts are too, so let me know in the comments down below. While you're down there, please do make sure you are subscribed and you got the notifications set on all. Also, please do me a big favour, massive favour, give the video a big fat like, and above all, tell your friends.
Save with Crypto has to be one of the best YouTube channels that the United States has ever seen. Kamala Harris is not a subscriber, but I am. I have notifications set to all as well. I'd strongly suggest you subscribe to Save with Crypto today. Above all, you should tell your friends.
Save with Crypto is not a financial advisor. He just makes ice cream on the internet. If you cannot find someone to do your own research, you must do it yourself, just like I did not.